Welcome to Tactical Talk. This is Zain. The European Union have officially launched a new era in defense cooperation with a program of joint military investment and project development aimed at helping the EU confront its security challenges. To discuss this topic, we have with us today Fanni Canelles, a professor, a medical doctor, and also the director of the Italian news magazine SocialNews, socialnews.it. Welcome to our show, Fanni Canelles. This is Zain Khan. It's a pleasure to have you on Tactical Talk.
Thank you, Zain.
Let's get to the first question. What is this joint military investment called?
Yes, well, the current European Defence Initiative comes from a proposal for an enhanced European Union defence, presented by France, Germany, Belgium and Luxembourg in Brussels in 2003. The European Defence Agency was born in 2004. But today the army of the European Union originates from the armed forces of the member states. However, these European soldiers are governed by the Common Security and Defence Policy branch of the Common Foreign and Security Policy of the European Union. The Common Security and Defence Policy, the CSDP, sets military and civilian missions abroad. On the 13th of November, the European Union signed a pact to integrate military funding that helps weapons development and deployment of European defences. This new group, the European Integrated Force, will have a €5 billion European Defence Fund. And the next step will be the legal agreement in December.
How many countries have joined and how many countries have not joined?
Well, yes. The Article 42 of the Treaty on European Union provides for military integration in the European Union. But Article 42.2 provides for complete integration, but it has been blocked by the United Kingdom. Article 42.6 enables the armed forces of the member states to establish permanent cooperation, the PESCO. This is currently in operation. In November, the European Union signed a historical deal about Article 42.2 to integrate 23 armies. The majority of European Union states have agreed to create the nucleus of joint army. 23 out of 28 European Union states signed the declaration. But the United Kingdom, Denmark, Ireland, Malta and Portugal stayed out.
Fanni Canelles, you just mentioned the countries that have not joined this coalition. What were their reasons behind not joining this?
Yes, as you know, the United Kingdom had always resisted the idea of a joint European Union defence, fearing a big European army. The Brexit from the European Union has removed that problem. Poland is currently home to NATO forces, is guarding Europe's eastern border against Russian aggression, for example. And however, Poland is worried about having two international armies inside Europe, NATO and European Army. Denmark have refused to take part on defence grounds. Portugal and Malta are neutral. Ireland said that it would join December, we hope. It is important to know that Stoltenberg, the head of NATO, said the project was good for Europe and good for NATO because it would lead to more spending on defence.
Which security threats does Europe face which led to this coalition?
I think that terrorism in Europe is the main reason. The Mutual Defence Clause, Article 42.7, was invoked for the first time in November 2015, following the terrorist attacks in Paris, which were described as an attack against Europe. The European integrated force was also a reaction to the United States, turned by President Donald Trump and his statement. He said that NATO is very expensive and the European Union needs to pay more. So the European Union now is deciding to shake off the US dependence. Finally, another reason is the increased regional instability following Russia's invasion of the Ukraine.
Okay, let's get to the last question. How efficient will this defense pact be, and will it be able to achieve its goals?
Yes, following the Kosovo War in 1999, the European Union had to have the capacity for autonomous action. In last years, European forces have been deployed on peacekeeping missions in Middle and Northern Africa, in the Western Balkans and Western Asia. The most concrete result was the European Union Battlegroup initiative. This is very important. This can quickly deploy about 1,500 soldiers. So the European Army and European Rapid Reaction Forces will have three main roles. One is to give assistance to civilians in crises outside the European Union. Another is to respond to United Nations calls for peacekeeping forces. And third is to intervene between separate warring factions. In all three scenarios, the European Union would deploy its forces only if NATO decides not to get involved. These forces are under the direct control of the Council of the European Union.
Thank you so much, Max Fanni Canelles, for being on Tactical Talk. It was a pleasure having you.
Thanks, very nice to be here.
This was Max Fanni Canelles, a medical doctor, a professor, and also the director of the Italian news magazine Social News, socialnews.it. We were discussing the latest military coalition of European countries. Until the next episode of Tactical Talk, this is Zain. Take care and goodbye.